Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the first snap, here's Mayfield. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance.
And he fires one that's intercepted. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
A confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a play fake. Lance. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes...
He's got it at the 15. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there. From the red zone now, Mayfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner, and the Niners are going to have it here at their own 15.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Lance. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. McCaffrey running up the middle, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Up the gut, McCaffrey. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
And cycle.
From the 39, Lance completing it to the right side. Johnson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Lance now to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Mayfield. And he comes back with one complete. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. On play action. Lance. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And Lance going to throw. He finds his man Johnson. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them
and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Mayfield on first down. And he fires one incomplete. The Jets now at 2-5 to start play. And they were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
On 2nd and 7, Lance under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Here's Lance. Deep ball for Goodwin. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long. But I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's Lance to throw it. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There's no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Elijah Moore now bringing it out of his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Back to the ground with Hall. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun now for Lance. Able to find Gray here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Play action. Now it's Lance. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Lance. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jetsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing.
There he goes, left side. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On second down, a run with Hall. There's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The lines move there. Look like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Lance looking to throw it. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now Hall to start the drive. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 43-yard line. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mayfield now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps and soon.
Regular. Run. Point it right.
A second down throw for Mayfield. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They'll run with Hall. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 89 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Alert! Shot!
They go play action. Mayfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the 49ers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
And he's got room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And a nice gain at 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Lance. He's going to let this one go deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Off of play action, here's Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Give to Hall running right. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
From the 17, Mayfield. Over the middle, it's complete. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
First down, Mayfield. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on second down. Mayfield. There's Hall bringing in another one. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Mayfield with it once more. And now here is another interception. And the Niners are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Throwing again on second down. Lance. He's going to air one out. He's got him in. Complete. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 45 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And they'll try again here, first and goal after the false start. Now a run with McCaffrey. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 76 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Lance, a quick throw out wide, complete. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Niners add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally,
and my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. To throw, Mayfield. He sets to fire deep. And this one is incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mayfield. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. The Jets on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and a mile. Going down the middle, and it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And that will force a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Lance. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 85 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And Lance going to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On play action, Lance. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Always got some breathing room. Past the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Throwing now is Lance. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. To throw, it's Lance. The quick slant caught. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and goal at the 3-yard line.
Ready. Going to be rail. Blue striker.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. McCaffrey turned away on 4th and goal. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. One last shot for Mayfield here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished.